and their emission concentration can meet the Pakistani requirements. SO2 data is 91, and in Europe, that criteria is 200. So in Pakistan, the standard and criteria are set very low. Just because of such a desulfurization process, their whole plant is very environmental friendly. If you take a tour around this plant, you will realize that the entire environment looks different from what we thought about those coal-fired plants. There is no dust. If you live around this power plant, usually people will get frustrated because of the air pollution, but here it's different. We will meet some engineers, and he will introduce to us some of the key technical points. Could you introduce yourself? My name is Hua Chenglei.
各位网友好，我叫黄小伟，现在是在华能山东乳业巴基斯坦公司从事运营生产工作。巴基斯坦发电厂有萨希瓦尔发电厂。
I am now working in Huaneng Group in Pakistan. The Sahiwal Power Plant is the first Huaneng invested clean coal-fired plant in Pakistan, and also it's the first Pakistani power plant with desulfurization processing. The Chinese company bring the Chinese speed, Chinese quality, and Chinese standard to Pakistan. What are the core technologies? For example, our investment in environmental friendly installations, for example, the ovens. We have dedusting facility and desulfurization facility. According to the Pakistani standards, we have ultra-low emission. Could you give us some figures about such standards? Or maybe you could give us some comparison, like in comparison with Asia and Europe. Now in Pakistan, they conform to the World Bank standards. Desulfurization is 1200 mg per cubic meters, but actually the actual emission can be controlled at about 100 mg. I heard you got some awards because of the good processing. We had a lot of achievements from this one project. We are like a landmark in this entire industry. Last year, Sahiwal Power Plant won China's award. Is that award one of the environmental friendly awards? It's a comprehensive award, including our environmental achievements. All right. It sounds very abstract. If we are not technocrats, maybe we cannot fully understand those technical parts. So that's why we prepare an animation. With that, you could have a vivid view of what's inside those factories. So now please enjoy this short clip. And you will see how desulfurization is realized.
Supercritical technology. Huaneng Shandong Rui attaches great importance to environmental protection. Sahiwal Power Plant is equipped with a number of environmental protection technologies. Low NOx burners to control the oxides of nitrogen. Electrostatic precipitators to remove the dust from the emissions. Flue gas desulfurizers to remove sulfur dioxide and other trace gases and metals. We have well-equipped wastewater treatment system. We have continuous emission monitoring system to monitor the emissions and air quality station to ensure the air quality. Moreover,
含量太高，在这个专门的炉子里面就装了石灰石。好，好。
In the oven, I heard that there is limestone in it.
我们换一个地方，我们现在要到那个总控的一个控制室车间去参观。
Next, let's go to the control room.
这个要走一小段路，那么我们要坐个电梯上去。那么我就趁这个时候补充一下刚才说的。
We will take the elevator to the control room. So for your information, how the SO2 is reduced to lower down the overall emission. With limestone and gypsum, they would spray it from top down. Then the mist of limestone and gypsum can be combined with SO2 to get the gypsum. And then the processed dust will be emitted into the air. But the majority of that combination is the vaporization. Now we are taking this elevator. Standing up high, we could have a full view of this plant. It's a green area.
点就是他们的总控中心，这个总控中心呢，也是相当于他们的一个大脑。
The next stop we're gonna visit is the control room.
生产流程。
It's like the brain of this entire factory. It will control the processing.
那么现在我们也进到总控室，跟大家一起。
Some of our colleagues were already inside listening to the introduction.
整个总控室的。面积还是比较大。现在我们所有的媒体人员，包括中方、巴方的媒体人员，基本上都集中在这个屋里听讲解。
The Chinese media friends and the Pakistani media friends are all here listening to the introduction. Can I get more introduction about the functionality of this control room?
在现场找到了一个人，他可以给我们讲讲，这是我们叫丁义，叫丁义的那个。
A local staff called a Ding Yi will be the interpreter.
是什么样的？你看站个什么位置比较好？上前一点吧。那我们往前走一点，离屏幕近一点。
Let's move over there, closer to the screens. Now please take your time to introduce to us about the functions of this control room. Not just environmental protection functionality. You could see two machines, number 1 and number 2 computers. It's about 360,000 of load. This is about desulfurization control. It's our core technology. Our Pakistani staff are controlling these computers. This is the desulfurization process, the tower. We grind the limestone and pump it into the tower. After some reaction, we will realize desulfurization. Where? This is the tower, this is the chimney. The mist comes in from here and gets out from this chimney. For example, you could look at the parameters here. SO2 is 4.52. What's it like? Please have a glimpse of the Pakistani standards. This is our actual observation. The actual observation figure is much lower than the standard. According to the Pakistani standard, it's 1700, but the actual numbers are like below 20. For CO, it's 800 according to the standards, but our actual number is 3.4. For nitrogen oxide, it's 1200 according to the standard, but our actual number are just a little bit over 300. So we got very good indicators. Thank you for your introduction. Hello, Mr. Yang. Thank you for coming here. According to your personal experience, how many years have been working here? It's my 4th year here. So in the past 4 years, since you migrate from China to Pakistan, have you met any difficulties? We are actually proud to come here. We echo the call of the nation about the Belt and Road Initiative implementation. So we are coming here to help Pakistan for construction. We bring them the clean power. So it's really our pride and pleasure to come here. Of course, we met difficulties. We are far from home, but they can be conquered. In your cooperation with the Pakistani friends, do you get some good experience or lessons? We hired some Pakistani employees, and the proportion of local staff is rising up. Now, the number of Pakistani staff overrides the number of the Chinese staff. Our hope is to take the Chinese step back, and then deliver this project to Pakistanis. According to the past several years, we conclude that the Pakistani staff are excellent and they are hardworking and laborious. That's why they make market progress. Particularly in those operational posts, the local staff can truly replace the Chinese staff. So I think it's just a matter of time for them to grow stronger. They do the same jobs like our Chinese staff. Thank you. All the media are here standing in front of those screens, including our ambassador is being introduced. We could stay here a little longer to see if we got the opportunity to interview him. For those wearing the yellow jackets, they're mainly the media friends. They're busy interviewing. So this room will be the main interviewing room and introduction room. We also have the other interviewees as planned today. Could you self-introduce yourself? My name is Wu Xiaolong. I am from the planning department. I'm responsible for production management, including the technical monitoring. Are there any highlights in your job? For example, the daily operation and maintenance of the units are our major jobs. If there is any accident or damage, we will come to the rescue to guarantee normal operation of the units. We will timely discover the possible problem to ensure the continuous operation, because we must guarantee continuous production. And the production-related people must get to the site to guarantee no problem occurs with the machines. Have you encountered any danger? Of course, the Pakistani grid is different from the Chinese one. Particularly last year, I remember was on May the 16th, the Pakistani grid got some disturbances, so 2 of our units had a stoppage. The on-site production managers, leaders, even those leaders sitting in China are quite concerned. For several days and nights, they have been busy dealing with those accidents. We must guarantee security even during the stoppage of the power. So it's like an emergent stoppage of power, and that incident is really troublemaking for us. And we have to work day and night around the clock. We didn't take rest during those days. We have to pay close attention to those equipment all the time, so that the machines in emergencies can be turned off safely and then be rebooted safely. So that's why day and night for 3 days in a row we worked. How many days have you worked in a row before? At most. It's about 2 days and 1 night. That's over 40 hours, yes. Mr. Zhang, my boss, and Mr. Yang, they are also coming to the site and observe the progress during such emergencies. It's really hard work. They have to make tremendous efforts, even working around the clock. That's a physical requirement. There are also Pakistani staff here. How about we interview our Pakistani friend? Hello everyone, my name is Ali. In this power plant, I'm from the technology department. If there is any problem, my department will be responsible for the maintenance of equipment. In Sahiwal Power Plant, we got a lot of help from the Chinese. They taught us a lot. With my Chinese bosses, I get along with them very well, so it's quite a happy experience working here. Have you bumped into any difficulties in your work? In this power plant? No problem at all. Everything is working fine. No difficulty for me, not even the smaller ones. Any difficulties with your life? Not really. If you go to our dormitories provided by the company, it was perfect. And we got good food. So working in Sahiwal, it's no problem for me. I love it. No problem for the food. So you're comfortable with the Chinese food? They offer us the local food. If we want Chinese food, we can have it, but we have the options of both, so it's no problem. What about your work? Have you had any emergency? No. If I did, I will report to my boss and they can help us. And everything will be solved. It's very convenient working and living here. Since I come from the maintenance department, so my job is different. All those staff wearing the blue hats are from my department, but the yellow ones are from the other departments. Red represents security department or the bosses. Thank you. As a wrap-up remark, I love China, and I like my Chinese friends. The Chinese and Pakistani friendship will last forever. Thank you. He told us about 3 different colors of hats representing different departments. Red is from security department. Yellow is from the operation department. Now we got another staff. I guess he needs translation. He's from the operation department. What is your position in your department?
I am from the FGD operation department, and I am Tabarakallah, and I am here the team leader of the FGD and ESP department, which is the environmental department.
他说他是塔巴拉克，现在呢是在运行部萨希瓦电厂运行部从事脱硫运行工作。他的主要职责就是控制排放指标，满足当地标准。
您认为我们这个电厂给当地老百姓带来了哪些利益，哪些好处？
To you, what are the benefits of this power plant to the locals?
Before the installment of this power plant, Pakistan have a great shortfall of the power, and we have so much load shedding. And after the installation of Sahiwal Coal-fired Power Plant, the demand of the power has been fulfilled, and our power plant is providing 10% of the whole demand of Pakistan. And the people are now feeling very happy as the Pakistan-China friendship has given us this a great CPEC project.
他的意思是说呢，说在萨希瓦电厂投产之前，然后巴基斯坦整个国家缺电非常严重，然后load shedding啊，就是相当于甩负荷或者是限负荷非常普遍。家里呢有灯点不上，有空调啊转不起来。自从萨希瓦投产之后呢，情况得到了明显的改善，现在他们的生活越来越好。此外呢，就是当地的居民、当地人啊，也从这个电厂得到了受益。然后他们从很多当地人呢，从电厂找到了工作，改善了家庭生活，他们的生活越来越好。
那刚才我们听到介绍说他是当地人，那么他们家人肯定也会知道，他在这个电厂工作。那能不能
Since you are a local,
家人会不会为此感到很骄傲
your family must know your situation in this power plant. Are your family members proud of you?
It is my first job after the graduation, and my family feels very happy when I got this job because it's a multinational company, and it is a company which is producing the maximum power in the whole world.
他说呢，这是他毕业后找的第一份工作，也是他感觉整个家庭感觉非常荣耀的一份工作。他从这个工作呢，然后不仅给家里带来了收入， 也给巴基斯坦社会、给国家做了贡献，给国家提供了绿色稳定的电能。
那谢谢你，谢谢你接我们采访 ，Thank you，Thank you for interview。我们现在看
Thank
看
you.
现场。还是比较忙碌，因为我们特别想采访到我们这次活动的主持者，我们的中方
It's still very busy
赵
day.
建大使也是我们一个网红大使。现在我们想候一下
The
场
Chinese
他正在接受
ambassador,
那
Mr.
个
Zhao,
八方媒体的采
is still
访。
busy taking the
我们候一下场内
interview.
的排下队，等一下。还没完呢，他们还没
He's
完。
taking the Pakistani media
现在
interview,
是
so we will wait here.
我们再看看一
They're
下
not done yet.
周围的环境吧。再排队等一下他的采访。现在
So let's take a
我
tour.
想应该是出了这个大厅，后面是一个很大的厂房。来，哦，是的呀，我们还没排上。现在还是我们让八方媒体先采吧，我们再等会儿，因为毕竟他们可能比我更想采访到我
We
们
will
中方的
wait
大使。
for the
那么我们现在
previous
再找找看现
interview
场还有没
to
有别
end.
的员工可以过来
The
我们问一下
Pakistani
他问题
media.
的。
Now let's see if we can firstly interview the other staff.
What is your department? It's yellow cap. It's a security department. No? It's a 运行部门. Okay. And what's your name?
我是Walid Hassan。
Operation.
我在运行部门工作。
你的中文说的也很不错。
谢谢。
I'm working in the operations department. You speak fluent Chinese. Thank you.
工作的一些想法，你觉得怎么样？感觉很好吗？
感觉
Could you tell us your feelings about working in a Chinese company?
华能给我们
I'm feeling good.
住的地方，给我们这么好的工资补贴和交通。
It's very good environment, good salary, and transportation.
这个东西非常好。
From Sahiwa to my home, it's very convenient traveling, so it's very good offering.
什么意思吧？
Have you met any problem in your job?
没有问题啊，现在，我们的工作很
Actually,
顺
no.
利，很顺利的工作。
能不能说一下你跟我们中国的
Our job is going on smoothly.
怎么样的状态？
在华能我们巴基斯坦人和中国人一起工作。
So, how does it feel working with the Chinese
很
colleagues?
努力的工作，所以我们喜欢中国的。
Every day we
文
work
化
together.
我们的中国同学们喜欢巴基斯坦的
We like Chinese
文化
culture.
我们巴基斯坦人
And
喜欢
Our
吃
Chinese
中
colleagues
国饭
like the
中国
local
人
culture.
我们的中国同学喜欢吃
Pakistanis
巴基斯坦的饭，
even
所以
like to have the Chinese
华
food,
人的文化
and
现在
vice
是
versa.
很好。
那你有没有看过中国电影？你刚才说你们喜欢中国文化。
So I think we get along very
看
well.
过。
Have you watched Chinese
2017年我
movies
们去
since you
中国
talked about the Chinese
我
culture?
们去
Yes, I did.
上海市东湖
In
合唱
2017, we went to China,
学习
to Shanghai,
那我们看了
for a study tour.
中国的文化，我们
We
喜欢
watched the Chinese movie, and we learned about Chinese culture.
你有没
We
有
love it.
在你们的？我知道你们有个电影院，you have a cinema here.
Sorry?
Cinema, you can see the movie, and you are backstage, right?
Yes, here we have a movie theater. We can have a movie. We have in Huanan right now. We have very good living place. 我们有这么好的住的地方。We have a swimming pool over here. We have a movie theater over here. We have 我们的吃饭的地方也非常好。
刚才他说我们这有电影院，一会儿晚一些
Our
我会给大家看看
cafeteria is
他们
also
电影
very
院什么
good.
状态。那你在这个电影院看过什么电影？
Later on, I will show
sorry, I
our
kinda-
viewers their cinema. Have you watched any movie in this cinema?
Okay, so we have watched many movies. We have watched some scary movies, some funny movies, and every season our company arrange the latest blockbuster from the Hollywood side, and we display it in the movie theater. And all the Pakistani staff and the Chinese staff and every person who wants to watch that movie is allowed there. And it's a really nice place to hang out.
他们基本大意是说，他们非常喜欢这个电影院，里面应该有很多种类型的电影，然后包括他们自己巴基斯坦人、中方人也都比较喜欢在这个电影院里看电影。那么谢谢，
感谢，非常感谢，非常感谢。
欢迎你再去中国。
Thank you.
Welcome you.
哦，非常感谢，非常感谢。
Welcome you to China.
Thank you. 我们现在是。
Yeah, that's the Chinese and Pakistani friendship.
现在我们看一下我们的大使还在接受采访啊。Journalist, yeah.
Our ambassador is still taking the previous interview.
媒体方的一个记者来接受我们的采访。Hello. Thank you.
Now let's interview a Pakistani media staff.
And I want to ask you, what did you feel facing this tourist?
Sorry.
就是你对这次参观有什么样的感想
？How do you think about the visit of Sahiwal Power Plant?
Okay. It is my first visit to this power plant. When I saw this, it's really very amazing. Like what I was expecting, that we are generating the electricity from coal, and this would be the environment. This would not be the environment friendly, but the presentation I have got is really very good. So this company has brought the best machinery from China, and they are producing the electricity with very low cost, and it's very environment friendly, which is very interesting for me. That in Pakistan we are generating the electricity on low cost, and it's very friendly, like it's very environment friendly.
我们让我们的翻译给说一下。
这位巴基斯坦朋友、媒体朋友说呢，他说这是他第一次来参观萨希瓦尔发电厂，第一次呢就彻底改变了他对燃煤电厂的认识。原来他认为燃煤电厂就是黑的，就是污染的。后来到萨希瓦尔电厂之后呢，发现我们的生产设施是干净的、文明的、卫生的，然后整个厂区非常的漂亮，不像一个发电厂，而像一个大公园、大花园。
下一个问题啊，就是你也参观了上一个我们的企业，那你总体上来说对我们中方企业有一个什么样的印象
？Compare with some local power plant, how do you think about the China company, the China power plant?
Sorry, I didn't get you.
Yeah, compared with the local power plant. Yeah, maybe you visited some local power plant previously. How do you think about this power plant?
Okay, different is as compared to with the local power plant and with the Chinese company. I have seen this is more organized, and the safety measures are very much good, taken very much good. And I talked to the many employees, the local employees who are Pakistanis, about what they are paying you. So the Chinese company is paying them very good, which is very impressive for me. Like the locals are getting the jobs over here, and someone was telling me, no, the Chinese are training the Pakistani staff, and after some time they will hand it over to the Pakistani. So there would be more Pakistani working here. So it's very good for me.
这位朋友说呢，说他原来也参观了很多当地电厂，然后对比而言，萨希瓦尔发电厂呢不仅容量大、机组新，而且就是从整个外观来看哈，非常的整洁，非常整洁。这块来说呢，就除了就是中国给巴基斯坦带来了中国的设备、中国的技术，他还提到，中国公司呢就是华能集团给巴基斯坦当地员工然后提供的培训，带来了中国标准，感谢中国华能，感谢中国。
还有last question，就是说，他这个参观了我们的2个企业，我知道所有的这个巴方的媒体人员都在这里。那么巴方媒体人员关心的采访的点在哪里？因为我想应该是跟我们中方的媒体关心的点有所不同。我想知道这个不同在哪里。
I would like to ask to want to know that maybe previously you visited some other power plant, maybe some CPEC project. I want to know your concern about the CPEC project or the Chinese power plant.
Sorry, I didn't get you.
Yeah. My meaning that previously you visited some other project, maybe the CPEC project.
Yes.
For this, as well as some Chinese journalists, they also visited the power plant, some project. They want to know what's your concern, the local media concern.
Okay. I have seen the other project like the Sukhi Kinari, the Chinese companies working over there, and recently in Multan we have visited the motorway project. What our concern, being a local journalist, what our concern is, the Chinese companies must invite the local media and tell them what they are doing and what measures they are taking here in Pakistan, what facilities they are doing, what machinery they have brought from China, the best machinery they have there. It's very unfortunate that Chinese companies are not inviting the local media and telling them what they are doing. So if they would invite the local media over here in Pakistan, so this is more beneficial for them to tell the people, the local people, in the local media what they are doing and what the best quality they are providing to the Pakistan.
他说呢，之前他也就是参观过，然后 CPEC 的一些项目，中国相当于从巴基斯坦投资的一些项目，然后呢就说他自己感觉呢就是到访中国这些项目，然后机会少一些，他就是非常期望着有更多的机会来到中国在巴基斯坦投资的项目，然后到这走一走看一看，然后也欢迎中国的企业，然后对他们更多的邀请，然后通过他们呢，然后让巴基斯坦社会、让巴基斯坦人民，然后对中国企业有更多的了解。
好的，Thank you for interview，Thank you。好的，我们现在赶紧去追我们大使吧，他们的那个大部队又往前走了。刚才那个八方人员一采完，跟我们的时间
Now we
正
would
好
try
没对上。
to interview our
我们现在
ambassador.
看
They
看
just left.
哇，现在
So
现
we
在我们
didn't got the
进入了
chance.
另一个车间，这个车间的噪音是非常大的。这里边
It's
应该
another
也是属于
factory.
他们总控的一部
And
分。
it's very noisy.
我估计在这个背景和环境下，
This is part of their control
可
department.
能有点困难，那没关系吧，咱们接着继续。
I guess this makes interviewing more difficult
车间看起来
in such a noisy environment. It's okay, let's just walk on.
也是他们一个核心的。
It's a very big factory.
我们可以看到前面。
It's also one of their core
这
processes.
次我们媒体团以及相关人员一共有35个人，基本上我们现在都是走在这个车间里边。
There were 35 people from the media circle, and now they're all walking with us for this visit.
这个机器也比较庞大。
It's very noisy here. The machines are
给
gigantic.
我们说一下这个车间是什么车间？走，我们可以一边走一边说。
Let's ask our technician here, what is this factory for?
就是汽轮机房、汽轮机啊、发电机一些主要的设备啊。
We are now in the machine
制
room,
造厂房里。
like the power generator. They're all located in this factory.
就是我们的2号机组，依次排列是我们的发电机，然后第二缸、中央
That's
缸
our number 2 unit.
旁边呢这些加热器。
The power generator and deduster
现在呢
and
这个
humidifier.
参观完了以后，我们马上要进入下一个车间，叫化学车间。因为现在这个流程比较紧嘛。
We are gonna enter the next factory. It's called the chemical factory.
具体的解说，我们现在往里穿一下。这里声音好像好一些。
We will just take a brief tour inside, and then we will give you more introduction.
这是我们现在
Let's listen to their introduction.
企业的领导在做讲解。
Mr. Zhang
我们可以
is doing the introduction.
这个过程也是八方媒体也都在很积极的进行拍照呀， 采访啊，然后这是非常高的，有多少米？这非常高。
The media friends are taking photos of this room. What is the height of this
现
machine?
在大家所看到的呢，就是我们的燃煤仓，我们的燃煤呢又通过燃煤仓，然后呢，通过燃煤仓输送到
This is the coal burning silo.
对，我们下面这个设备呢叫给煤机，通过给煤机来配重，输到我们的磨煤机制成粉之后呢，然后通过泵啊。
On the bottom, that machine is for coal blending,
就可以产生热量。
and then transport the coal to the boiler for
我们
burning.
也有8方的员工，他们可以给我们介绍一些什么具体内容，就关于这个车间的内容吗？他们可以吗？
Can we interview our Pakistani staff to introduce about this room? Of course. Do you work in this room?
他在运营部，具体负责主要负责设备正常的运行。那感觉怎么样？
So you're in charge of operations.
Operation job has the most learning experience here. I have since the 3 years I have worked in this operations department. I have learned everything about the power plant. So I have a lot of experience. I know about a lot of things. I have learned a lot.
他说呢，他的主要工作就是保证所有的设备正常运行，然后呢，日常的工作就是，然后一些正常操作，包括现场设备巡检，发现问题之后呢，然后能得到及时处理。他开了一个玩笑说，所有的电都是运行部运行人员发出去的。
那也是一个非常核心的部门。Thank you, thank you. What's your name?
Ehtisham.
So it's a core department.
Wajah Hamza. Yes, I am in operation department, but in fuel department. My sub department is fuel.
他是在电厂的燃料部，他的职责呢就是把燃料，就是燃煤，然后呢给机组提供燃煤。
His responsible is coal burning and offer the coal for the units.
Very satisfied with my job, and it's a very great exposure for me. I learned a lot from this job. I am very satisfied with my job.
他说呢，工作虽然辛苦一些，但他对他的工作非常满意，也非常热爱。
问一下，这个燃煤车间也就是这一个大车间吗？就是把煤送上来的地方。这煤送上来在这中转是吧？在这中转，然后就送到
Is
下一
this
个流程是
the coal burning place? No, it's actually the transitioning point of the coal. We will transport the coal
那它
to the next
走的一个流程。
part.
这个工序是从上面煤从上面，那你指一下是从哪个口下来的？
For coal milling. So the coal is transported from top down with our transportation belt. We will transport the coal and carry it to this silo. Every miller and every feeder will be connected with this one silo, and then we transport the coal to the miller and then to the coal boiler.
一会儿下面的工序我们还会看。那么我们下一个员工他负责什么工作？Hello.
My name is Usman. I'm working in fuel operation. This is a sub-department of operation department. I have worked here for last 3 years. I am part of this project. For first year I got training in China in Rijao Power Plant. After that I started my job here in Sahiwal Power Plant in fuel operation department. Here we are using the imported coal, which make this power plant more efficient, more environment friendly. At the same time, you have seen that when you look a couple of years back in Pakistan, more than 15 hours. I belong to Lahore, my city is Lahore, but I have faced that there are more than 15 hours load shedding. But this power plant has a lot of contribution in now they are producing more power, and at the same time they are producing a lot of job opportunities for the local villagers outside here. So I am very satisfied with my job. I am glad that I am here to representing this power plant.
这位巴基同事呢，他的名字叫乌斯曼，他现在从事的工作是燃料取质样，工作职责就相当于一个质检员，保证就是从外部输进来的煤炭，保证这个煤炭质量合格。他再次提到了，然后把这个萨希瓦尔项目，然后给巴基斯坦社会所做的贡献，说项目投产之前呢，然后是有很多的像那拉达限电，这种现象发生。自从萨希瓦尔线上发电呢。 他们这种现象越来越少，现在基本上已经没有拉达限电现象了。他感谢这个项目给巴基斯坦社会带来的贡献和奉献。
现在刚才我们采访的那个巴方同事吧，现在声音太大了，得稍等一会儿。
We just interviewed the Pakistani staff.
我们现在要去下一个地方。
Let's wait a moment. It's very noisy down here. And we will go to the next stop.
现在确实太吵了，背景声特别大。这个应该是他们的化学车间。
I guess this is their chemical plant. When the coal is transported down, they need such a factory to process the coal.
现在还是噪音比较大，现在我们基本上是到了最下面一层了。
Now it's like the bottom floor. It's a little bit quieter. The previously interviewed Pakistani staff are from Lahore. It's distant from here, but not that far. We will present you the location of this plant later on. Now let's move faster. They're taking selfies. Just now the local staff are taking selfies. And it was noisy in there. Now it's much better. We are moving out of their production facility now. We entered from that door and go up with the elevator. And then we went down. So we had a full view of this production process. Now the last stop. Also the last process. It's cooling tower. It's very interesting. Usually the cooling tower is like a landmark of a power plant with a big chimney. Now we can see the chimney is giving out the smoke. It's not the polluting smoke. It's white color, so that's the vapor. Can I take you 2 minutes? I was trying to interview you. Pakistani locals love Chinese. So I was waiting for their interview to be done. It's really my honor to finally interview you. Our popular diplomat, Zhao Lijian. He's actually the organizer of this visit. He took us to visit 2 companies this time. So we want to ask him about his feeling. Dear viewers of CCTV, it's my pleasure to join you. I am Zhao Lijian from the Chinese Embassy in Pakistan. It's my honor to take this delegation here with the news agency and CCTV included, and some local media and newspaper. We visited 2 projects of CPEC. Pakistan is coded with M5 highway, so we visited that highway, and today we come here to Sahiwal Power Plant. So this power plant is awarded as an excellent project in China. It's because we have fast speed and good quality. It took us only 22 months here. It's after all an overseas project, so 22 months is a wonderful result. And also it has good quality. Three major equipment here in the power plant: the generator, the boiler, and the turbine. We have the best machines from China. The turbine and the generator are from the Shanghai Electric. So those are the best equipment. We also have the boiler from the Harbin Electric group. Now we are taking the Chinese equipment global. This is a very good case. I would love to take this opportunity to thank the sponsors, Huaneng and Shandong Ruyi, for supporting this project. You have sacrificed here in Pakistan, but completing this project, you delivered this project to Pakistan, helping Pakistan to fulfill their electricity demand. That's a big help. Also, to solve the electricity problem in Pakistan, Huaneng has invested in the construction process before the financing got in place. They closed the financing round just before the construction was completed. So that shows the Chinese government and the Chinese company are contributing to Pakistan. Why 22 months? Because they work around the clock, 24/7. That demonstrates the spirit of Chinese companies. Just now when we were visiting, they call it the Sahiwal spirit. I think it's very precise and we should learn from it. Another question. You invited about a dozen of the Pakistani media, including the national ones and the private ones. So, what is the purpose? We invited the local media to promote the achievements of CPEC. In the previous years, our projects are mainly under construction, so they cannot see it. But now they are completed. So by inviting those local media, we can present to the whole world about the achievements of BRI and CPEC. It's a flagship project of BRI. I'm not bluffing. You could keep visiting more facilities. For example, the cooling tower. Thank you, Mr. Zhao. I'm all sweaty. I finally caught up with him. He has a lot of followers. This is the cooling tower. No smoking here, right? In the plant, it's no smoking zone. And it's quiet here. Two ladies working here, waiting here. Could you introduce to us? It's a chemical water treatment plant. I've been working here 3 years. What's your feeling working here? Coming to Pakistan, of course, we will have some difficulties in our lives, some limitations. But we are attracted by this country. Our leaders give us a lot of subsidies and benefits. Thank you. Now let's move on. It's a cooling tower. The hot water will be cooled, and it's recyclable. Later on, we are going to have an aerial shot. You will see it. There is a big lake here. This is the tower. No matter you come here in the daytime or at night, you will see this tower. It's very obvious. Now please introduce to us about this tower. My name is Xu. About this tower, it's 270 meters high. To cool down the water, we prepared this visit This is the first such facility in Pakistan. Usually, the emissions are environmental polluting, but now this time you could see what comes out of it is the vapor, so it's not polluting the environment. We will cool down the hot water. You can see the vapor coming down. This time with the Pakistani media groups here, they can publicize our environmental protection practices. Now let's listen to their introduction. The next stop. We just interviewed a lot of local staff. Why are we interviewing so many locals? They have their own training organization. They're training their local staff right now. I really wanted to have a glimpse of their training process right now, but it's a pity now the bus is already waiting for us. We have to go now. So now we will visit a training school. How long is the journey? 15 minutes. It's okay. We will broadcast some clips during the journey, and then we will arrive at the training school. This bus is taking us to the school. So now we will play some already prepared clips, including the aerial photographing. Just now we look at parts of those facilities. But what about the overall view? From those aerial photography, you will see the entire picture. For example, the big lake. In the video, you will enjoy the beautiful scenery. This is the aerial photography. We could see the overall structure, the facility, the tower, a lake. It's not an artificial lake. I was told this used to be a canal. Let's enjoy the drive and the scenery. It's very big. It's beautiful flowers here. There are a lot of plantations here. I heard there are 50,000 trees around the facility. All of those trees are among the 50,000. When they're small trees, they are only 5 centimeters tall. But now they are 5 meters tall. So they are growing very fast. Everything grown here in Pakistan seems to grow very big. Animals or trees. But they're aging as well. People grow fast. He was just now joking. I heard that the local turtles are bigger than the Chinese ones. Usually they will have to grow to 60 years old. With faster metabolism, they grow faster. Now it's their training school with a lot of flowers. That's typical Pakistan. In southern China, we can see a lot of such flowers. The locals seem to favor white and red colors. It's all flowery right now. Now we are going to enter this school.